And keeping my motivation up, I'll record a little
Tinker's
chit
time
chat.
is 6 p.m. ET.
Here, we'll go over to this side. Check, check. Okay. Oh, so I've been working on the UVC Gone code base for a couple days in addition to thinking about other projects and meeting with people. One of the, you know, things I've learned the hard way in building my first real code base, excuse me, has definitely been the planning ahead and the modularity. But, even when I think I've taken into account everything I'm going to need down line, I've saved every variable in the way that looks right and all that, I always end up forgetting something or missing some functionality and then having to go back and refactor in a way that turns it into fucking spaghetti, you know? And it's like I went through this pre-processing and this visualization of the code on three separate times, and I'm on now another iteration of the new version, and I'm adding functionality, and it's becoming more spaghettified. And it made me think, it's like real programmers out there, like, how do they, other than like, is there a tool or a method to planning modular code and variable tracking and indexing and all of those other things better than just whatever method you use to normally plan your projects, right? Is there something I'm missing? I remember MATLAB, for example, had like a window that showed the variables on the right, and so like as you ran it, it would populate it into, oh, it's a matrix of this and this. It made it a little bit easier to track things. Like, I wonder if I should find stuff like that to help me out so that I can kind of see how much my scope is bloating as I'm doing it, you know. But, my end goal here is to create something that can run the ablations automatically, output all of the information that I could possibly want to do metrics on, and then, we can kind of toy with that data as opposed to having to build it up front, run the models, and then only have a set number of metrics to look at. So we haven't really solved the identity loss issue in talking with colleagues. It does seem like the right way to go is to just disable it. The identity loss is primarily a stabilization feature of the cycle gone. So I'm going to test out the scaling and the feature extraction ideas, but I think we're just going to turn it off. Been thinking more about the knowledge integration work, and I did bring it up here at the CSI team, who agreed that it's a cool concept. It's just another thing to add to my plate that I can't be adding right now, but I do really want to work on it. Just it's a good time to be bringing this technology to the table, and if I can be a leader in this, it could be really good for my career and my long-term goals for the company and so on. I got the thermal model information from Andy, so that's going to be something that we start to look at. I think a couple of things he wanted done was organizing it to be cleaner to operate, better visualization, stuff like that. But I want to get into the nitty gritty of, how can we actually improve these, thermal models of particulate substrates. So anyway, I just wanted to chat, point out that I'm becoming a real fucking programmer and I don't like it. And I'm learning the hard lessons. And I've learned this hard lesson 1,000 times over, but it's just because I want to publish this code. It's the first code base I've ever wanted to publish, and so I want it to be nice and pretty. And I want it to work for everything once. Anything else I'm missing? Chat, anything else I'm forgetting? No, I'm recording. No, have a good weekend. I'm gonna lock in on some of these things, and then we'll catch. Oh, yeah. So next week we have a meeting with the dean on the 9th. 9th? Friday, whatever that Friday is. We also have a meeting for the next project that's defense oriented. It's a DARPA grant. Yeah, I actually should start preparing for that. That's 3 days from now. So, and that's going to involve recording a video. So there's going to be a period of like lots of redacted effort. We did get this is the last thing. We got moved up through the evaluation period of the NASA grant. So the tech leap proposal that we did, we can only hope for good news there. And if that's funded, then hey, there's another project that we're getting money for, which would be great. All right, enjoy your weekend. Cheers.